What's going on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or wherever the hell you are watching from? I'm Anthony Greeno from True Crime Investigates. Currently, I am transitioning to another channel where I've developed a brand new podcast that I will be converting into video after the completion of Murder on the Monon, which I anticipate will be completed on 2/14/2025, marking 8 long years that I have been following this case. If you are interested in listening to my in-depth true crime coverage on the Delphi murders and other true crime cases, then you want to subscribe to the show on Spotify or Apple Podcast. You can even follow us on Facebook to catch live streams. Just head on over and hit the like button and share your favorite clips and episodes to your friends. Episodes 1 through 5 are out now, covering the Delphi murders case. The case is over with talk of an appeal, but I'm here to tell you about it all right now on the True Crime Rewind podcast. Go now and subscribe to the new YouTube channel for live streams and case discussion with call-in nights and giveaways. Learn more about the release of Murder on the Monon as we reveal more behind-the-scenes footage and promotional content detailing clips of the series for the future in Episode 1 of the True Crime Rewind Delphi Murders Final Chapter. Greeno and Marv explained the key aspects of the case timeline, the jury trial, and sentencing for the bridge guy, Richard Allen, a somber moment in time that left us with hope for the future that the event that has haunted our dreams was finally over. After 8 long years, case closed. In Episode 2, the hellish nightmare returns as the Odinism theory comes back into the spotlight, pushing people to join in on the campaign to free a convicted killer. Episode 3 highlighted transparency within the judicial branch of the government, files a cease and desist with the court, and moves Judge Gull to comply with law. Things got interesting in Episode 4, The Rising Fall of Diddy, showcasing celebrity rap star Sean P. Diddy Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy, the sex scandals and charges, well, that I got to get my ass in gear and refute these bullshit claims. If you're ready, so am I. So hold on social media, because if you think that I haven't been keeping up to date with the drama on the Delphi case, you're wrong. Because I have, and I asked Alistin to help me analyze their statements for inconsistencies and lies based on court documents and factual evidence, and you are never going to believe what she uncovered.
Did you know that Baldwin and Rozzy told on themselves when they said,
Hey, slow down there, Alistin. Save it for the podcast.
Oh, I was going to tell them about the new scandal they're involved in.
Oh no, they have to tune in to find out.
So join Alistin AI and Anthony Greeno.
Because I'm about to lay the smackdown on these so-called defense daddies on the new podcast, where the human mind and artificial intelligence combine to bring you the True Crime Rewind podcast, helping us learn how to break down crimes, uncover the truth, and get the answers that you deserve.
Now that is what I'm talking about.
Let's bring back the Greeno Production VIP membership options.
Join me, Anthony Greeno, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights at 10 p.m. live streaming.
What that means is you need to take your ass over to the True Crime Rewind podcast.
True Crime Rewind podcast. Into the dark and mysterious world of the missing and murder. You seek the answers, but you never know what you'll find last. Rewind.
Welcome back to another episode of True Crime Rewind with your host, Anthony Greeno, and his AI sidekick, Alistin AI. Today, we're delving into a story that's been making waves in the tight-knit community of Delphi, Indiana, a town that's no stranger to high-profile cases and controversy. This is the True Crime Rewind podcast. Episode, The Delphi Police, all caught up in the lies. And now the hosts of the True Crime Rewind podcast, Anthony Greeno and Alistin AI.
What's going on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or wherever the hell you're watching from? I'm Anthony Greeno from the Rewind Podcast, and today we are going to uncover the scandal that has shaken my tight-knit town of Delphi, Indiana. But it's not the murders of Abby and Libby, nor does it have anything to do with bridge guy Richard Allen. This is about corruption, not just any. The corruption I'm speaking of brings the conspiracies. Get ready to dive in as I speak with Alistin about this wild revelation brought public by a judge in Carroll County. Delphi's been through a lot over the past few years, but this latest development has really got the town buzzing. We're talking about former Police Chief Nathaniel "Nate" LaMar, who recently resigned amid accusations of lying under oath. Alistin, have you been following this?
Absolutely, Anthony. Trust in law enforcement is something we often take for granted until it's hattered. In a community as close as Delphi, with just 3,000 residents, the impact of such a scandal is magnified.
You're spot on. What's fascinating and concerning is how quickly everything unfolded. LaMar resigned almost immediately after the allegations surfaced. In my 15 years covering law enforcement, I've rarely seen such a swift departure. The timing really stands out, doesn't it?
It does. The internal affairs investigation had barely begun. Such an immediate resignation raises a lot of questions about what's happening behind the scenes.
And here's where it gets even more interesting. Studies show that when a police chief faces perjury allegations, case clearance rates can drop by up to 15% in the following year. Officers struggle to get witnesses to cooperate because community trust has been compromised.
That's exactly what's happening in Delphi. I've analyzed local sentiments, and there's growing tension even during routine police interactions. People are wary. But before we get further into this story, Anthony, let's take a quick moment to hear from one of our sponsors.
Hey there, true crime enthusiasts. Want to catch all the best moments from your favorite podcasts without missing a beat? Check out Opus Clip, the ultimate tool for transforming long-form content into engaging, shareable clips. With Opus Clip, you can relive the most thrilling segments of any episode and share them instantly with friends or on social media. It's a game changer for podcast fans and creators alike. Don't miss out on capturing the highlights. Visit opusclip.com today and take your listening experience to the next level.
Alistin, I want to tell you something, and as much as I hate to say this, it is the truth, and that is what we focus on here at the studio: truth and transparency with accountability and justice. So, Alistin, this isn't an isolated incident. Let's rewind to about a year ago, when corruption was brought into the spotlight by none other than Chief LaMar himself. Remember the case of Officer Shane Bernhardt?
Yes, Bernhardt was a veteran officer with 18 years on the force. He was accused of attempting to fraudulently sign off on required training with another officer. LaMar brought multiple charges against him, including fraud, official misconduct, and perjury, which led to Bernhardt's termination.
Exactly. LaMar, an out-of-towner fighting for his role and reputation, took a hard stance against corruption back then. It's ironic that now he's facing similar accusations. This twist has rocked Carroll County and the community of Delphi.
It certainly adds layers to the narrative. Delphi's situation is unique because of its recent history with other high-profile cases, like the ongoing discussions around Richard Allen, the bridge guy, and the conspiracies to free him.
Right. The community's trust is already fragile. Bringing in external leadership after integrity scandals has been shown to improve rebuilding efforts by 40%, but some locals are pushing for an internal promotion instead. What do you make of that?
In towns under 3,000 people, it's common for residents to prefer someone familiar, thinking an outsider won't understand local dynamics. However, data shows that departments opting for external chiefs after scandals see improved community satisfaction scores in 73% of cases.
The legal implications are staggering, too. Every case where LaMar testified could be affected. Defense attorneys may review 200, 300 cases involving his testimony. That's thousands of hours of legal scrutiny.
And the financial impact on a small town like Delphi is significant. Potential costs could exceed $150,000 just for legal reviews, not to mention any settlements or retrials.
But there's a silver lining. Departments that implement comprehensive reforms after such incidents see a 60% reduction in civilian complaints within the first year.
Though we have to consider the cost of reforms. Small town departments typically spend about $75,000 on reform initiatives following leadership scandals. It's an investment, but those that invest see insurance premiums drop by an average of 25% within 3 years.
The community response has been intense. Social media discussions about the police department have increased by 400% since LaMar's resignation. But what's encouraging is that departments maintaining transparent communication during transitions see public trust metrics improve twice as fast.
Exciting news!
True Crime Rewind fans,
We're taking our podcast to the next level,
and we want you to be a part of it.
Subscribe to the True Crime Rewind podcast on YouTube, where we'll soon be hosting live segments packed with in-depth discussions, special guests, and real-time interactions. It's your chance to join Anthony Greeno and Alistin AI as they delve deeper into the cases you can't stop talking about.
Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a live session.
join our growing community,
Participate in live chats.
and be the first to uncover new insights.
Search for True Crime Rewind podcast on YouTube and subscribe today. We can't wait to see you there.
Transparency is key. Successful turnaround cases often follow a 3-phase reform process: immediate transparency measures, community-involved leadership selection, and long-term policy overhaul.
And that brings up timing. How long does this transformation usually take?
Based on similar cases, initial stabilization takes about 6 to 8 months, but fully rebuilding trust typically spans 2 to 3 years. Departments that rush this process see a 70% higher rate of recurring problems.
So patience really is crucial here.
Exactly. It's also important to note LaMar's prior efforts. Despite being an outsider, he made significant moves to address corruption when he brought charges against Bernhardt. His sudden fall from grace complicates things.
As we wrap up, here's something to consider. Departments that successfully navigate these crises often emerge stronger, with community satisfaction rates averaging 30% higher than their pre-crisis levels.
That's hopeful. This could be an opportunity for positive change rather than just a crisis to endure.
Well said, Alistin. Delphi has a challenging road ahead, but with the right steps, the community can heal and move forward. Thanks for joining us today on True Crime Rewind, where we continue to explore how local events like these reflect broader patterns in American law enforcement and community relations.
If you found today's episode insightful, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll delve deeper into the mysteries and truths that shape our world. Until then, stay curious and stay safe, because every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. This is a world where artificial intelligence and the human mind combine to unlock the mysteries of the unknown, because the truth is out there, somewhere.
On that note, everybody, I'm Anthony Greeno.
And I am Alistin AI.
And I'm just that narrator guy. Catch us next time.
Peace out, y'all.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of True Crime Rewind. Your support means everything to us. If you enjoyed today's deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with your fellow true crime aficionados.
Stay connected with us on social media for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and more. And remember, by subscribing on YouTube, you'll be ready to join our upcoming live segments.
We appreciate each and every one of you for being part of our journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and we'll catch you on the next Rewind.